Good evening. My name is Luis Antonio Chua, a proud graduate of Xavier High School and the valedictorian of my batch and my years at Harvard. Now, I stand before all of you today to run for the position of President of the Philippines. Now, you may be asking yourselves, why should we vote and entrust our country to this man? Well, as a person who was born and raised in Manila, I personally know what it's like to live here. I also know what it's said to be both the good things and the bad things of living here. So, I think that if I get a chance of becoming your president, I can change those bad things to become good things and further change the Philippines to become better. Now, as a proud Filipino, it pains me to say that there are a lot of problems in the Philippines, and a lot of them need to be fixed urgently. But right now, my vision is set on improving the social welfare of every Filipino in the Philippines. Now, whether they are poor, middle class, or basically have everything they want in life, we all need the social welfare to keep ourselves alive. People need to have a standard living condition. And that standard should have at least all the basic needs in our society: water, food, clothing, and a home. In April 23, 2013, the National Statistics Coordination Board, or NSCB, released a survey, which is taken every 3 years, that 27.9% of the Filipinos were living under the poverty line. We need to stop this number from increasing, and we need to fix this problem. Every day I see people with terrible living conditions. They barely have clothes, they barely have food, they barely have water to drink, and they barely have a place to sleep. Now, are these the proper living conditions that a human being needs? I say no. I also say that we have to fix this problem urgently and as soon as possible. People are suffering out there that need our help, that need us to help them back up to their feet, to find a better life, a life with better living conditions. As human beings, can we really just ignore the fact that people are dying and suffering out there because they don't have the proper living conditions? These people need our help to give them a helping hand, to help them land an education, to help them get their first job, and to help them build a better future for themselves. A lot of times why people have poor living conditions, it's because people are not given the proper education that they need. Because of this, people need to have an education set out for themselves in order for them to get a job, in order for them to get money, in order for them to rebuild their lives. So if we want to help these people back up to their feet, we need to help them land their education first. Because having the education will lead to a better chance of them getting a job, which leads to them getting money, which leads to them being able to spend that money for their food, for their water, for their clothes, for their houses. So the key to obtaining the proper social welfare for these people is to land them a proper education. In 2008, the Functional Literacy Education and Mass Media Survey, or FLE-MMS, stated that 21.3% of males and 25.8% of females in the Philippines are illiterate. That is a huge number, and we need to lessen this number by a lot, and allow our Filipino citizens the right to be able to study and learn in the proper way. If these people will get their education, they'll be able to get jobs. And with that, it won't just help them, it will help the Philippines as a whole. They'll be able to get their jobs, which will clear the streets of people who don't have homes and allow those same people to buy themselves homes. Inquirer.net says that in 2013, the unemployment rate in the Philippines rose to 27.5%, which makes there an estimate of 12.1 million people in the Philippines who do not have jobs. This is a massive number and a massive problem which needs to be fixed urgently. Besides that point, these people getting their jobs will be able to help the Philippines' economy. Because more people with more jobs mean more people with more money. The more money, the more people can spend. The more people spend, the greater the need to produce more goods. So the money just keeps going around and around and will lead to the economy getting better and better and growing more and more. Long ago in Great Britain, the poor and middle class members were given more rights and equality compared to the higher class members and high nobles. I want this to happen in the Philippines. I want the poorer class to be given equal social welfare compared to those people in the high class. In conclusion, we need to give these people better lives for their good, for our good, and for the good of the country. We need this to happen now, before it gets any worse. I think that I am the best person for the job because I have a plan, an idea for the Philippines, and for the Filipinos to have a better life. So help me to give a better life to each and every one of you. Take my hand and join me in this journey to guide people back up to their feet and give them better lives. So vote for me, Chua, to become your president. Thank you.